Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube video. Today we are going to be reading Curious George Saves His Pennies. Make sure you like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get a notification when I post a new video. Let's get right into it. George was a good little monkey and always very curious, especially when he was at Tammy's toy store. There were so many things to wonder about. Pogo sticks and skateboards, snow globes and kaleidoscopes, and even finger traps. But George's favorite thing to do in the toy store was play at the train table. Today there was a new train. Its wood was painted red and it had a real working whistle. George held it up to show his friend, the man in the yellow hat. Not today, his friend said. We're looking for a birthday present for Noah, remember? He's turning 5. What do you think of this? George helped his friend pick out a yellow and green hula hoop, while Tammy, the shopkeeper, wrapped the present for the birthday party. George wandered back to the train table. I have a suggestion, George, said the man as he carried the gift over. Why don't you buy that new train yourself? The tax is $5. I'm sure you can save the money for it. George liked this suggestion so much that he was only a little sorry and to put the train back down. George had a good time at the birthday party. Noah let everyone have a turn at the hula hoop. It was harder than it looked. As soon as George got home that afternoon, he took his piggy bank down from his dresser. He opened the small plug at the bottom and shook. Out tumbled a nickel. George ran to show the coin to his friend. You have 5 cents, the man said. I'll give you your allowance early this week. Don't spend it on candy. You have to save it up, said the man. George gave George 2 quarters. Here is 50 cents, he said. Now you have 55 cents. You have only $4.45 left to save. George wasn't quite sure how much money that was, but it sounded like a lot. George dreamed about his red train that night. He was riding into the forest of trees. He tugged on the whistle again and again so that no one could miss such a shiny red engine. In the morning, George decided he would have to find a way to earn money faster. What if someone else would buy the red train at the toy store before he could? He had an idea. George found 5 pennies and a dime in the sofa cushions. He found a nickel under his bed. His piggy bank jiggled nicely. That evening, he had 75 cents saved. One more quarter and he would have $1. The next morning, George had another idea. He would get a job. Lucky for George, his neighbor, Mr. Redley, needed help raking leaves. George worked all morning long. Gather armfuls of red, brown, and gold leaves to add to a growing pile in the center of the yard. Mr. Reddy brought out lemonade for the two to share. While his neighbor rested on the porch swing, George climbed a tree. The pile of leaves looked tempting from above. George wondered what would happen if, before he finished wondering, he had swung out of the branches and right into the center of the pile. The leaves crumbled and it crunched and crumbled and swished and swirled. What an adventure! What hard work it was raking the leaves back up. At the end of the day, Mr. Reddy paid him $2. George had $2.75 saved. That was almost $3. George spent many days doing odd jobs. He washed windows. He passed around flyers. He delivered flowers. He did dishes. Like for part 2. See you later, guys.